November's market in Belleville gave us a plot twist. Sale prices went up, listing prices went down, and buyers still negotiated like champs. It sounds chaotic, but it's actually one of the clearest signals we've seen all year. I'm Annette with Downsizing in Bay of Quinte and Exit Realty, and this is your November 2025 deep dive. So here's what really happened in October, the big picture, the numbers. Sale prices went up. So average sale price was $523,045, which is 17% higher than in October, and the median sale price was 497.5, which is 10.6% higher than in October. Year over year, still slightly down 1 to 6% depending on the metric. However, listing prices tell a different story because the listing prices in November went down. So average list price was $556,463, which is 1.4% down than in October, and the median list price was 539.9, which is 1.8% lower than in October. So even though sale prices jumped, sellers actually reduced their listing expectations. And that's the key. The homes that sold were the homes priced realistically. Buyers rewarded the sellers who adjusted. And now, sold to list ratios, only 4.8% of homes sold above asking, and 90.5% of homes sold below. Average sell price to list price was about 95%. So this is still a buyer leaning market, but not the free for all as we saw last year. So some of you may ask, why are you talking about averages and medians? What's the difference? And November was a perfect example of why average can lie to you. A few higher end sales pulled the averages up by 17%. By the median, the number right in the middle gives the realistic picture of what a typical Belleville home is worth. And same with time. Average days on the market 47 days, median 37 days. Why the difference? Because a handful of overpriced, poorly presented listings set for months and distorted the average. So the median tells you what most sellers actually experienced, about 5 to 7 weeks to sell. And this is the timeline my downsizing clients care about when they're planning moves, retirement transitions, or estate sales. So let's take a look at what actually sold. We had 30 single detached homes sell in November. The median price was 510,000. On the median days on the market was 40 days, and they sold for 95% on average of the listing price. So as you can tell, detached homes drive this market, but they must be priced right out of the gate. Townhouses, on the other hand, is the fastest moving segment. 15 days on the market. Buyers love the manageable size and the affordability, and the median selling price was 520,000. Condominiums, which is apartments and townhouses, median sale price was 294,500. Longest days on the market, which was 52 days, which this is great entry point for downsizers and first time buyers, but the buyers expect good condition. So let's take a quick look at interest rates because they affect everything. So Bank of Canada just recently cut the overnight rate to 2.25%, which was the lowest level in over 3 years. But this mostly affected variable rate mortgages, short-term mortgages, and renewals happening right now. Variable rate buyers saw a little breathing room, short-term terms got cheaper, but fixed rates still tell a different story. Fixed rates follow bond yields, not the overnight rate, and yields have been bouncing around. So while variable borrowers are enjoying relief, fixed rate buyers or those renewing a fixed mortgage are still facing higher payments, especially if their original rate was from the 1.5 to 2% pandemic era. For 2026 forecasts from Canadian banks, we could expect the overnight rate to stay roughly at the rate we have now, which is 2.25. Some banks, like like Scotia Bank, warn of possible rate hikes, but later in the year, and mortgage stress tests to remain strict. Bond yields could nudge fixed rates higher. And what this means locally for buyers, negotiating power plus stable variable rates equals opportunity window. If you wait until late 2026, fixed rates may be higher, but more homes selling below list equals more leverage, I'm sorry. For sellers, realistic pricing equals real results. Overpricing equals long days on the market plus eventual price reductions, which we all know do not are not in your best interest. Lower listing prices created momentum. That's why sale prices rose. And renewals may push some homeowners to sell in the next 12 to 18 months. For downsizers specifically, this is a sweet spot. Sell with less competition because new listings are down almost 30%, and buy smaller with stable rates before the next cycle. So, what is the real story behind November? When you combine lower listing prices, higher sale prices, stable interest rates, 45 plus days typical selling time, and buyers negotiating below list, you get a market that is transitioning from uncertainty to stability to modest recovery. And all major forecasts agree. The Bay of Quinte is heading towards a slow, steady recovery in 2026. Not a boom, not a crash, just gradual strengthening. This is the moment where preparation, pricing, and strategy matter. Whether you're selling, buying, downsizing, helping aging parents, or planning an estate, you don't need headlines. You need your numbers. So call or text anytime, and I will give you numbers on your house. Or visit downsizinginbayofquinty.com. And remember, stress free downsizing starts here with me and my team.